I train like Batman.
And you can too. See, Batman, the crime fighter by night and entrepreneur by day, sounds pretty awesome in my opinion. So I try to draw a lot of inspiration from his hard-working ethos, rather than just the actual shape and strength and ability that he has. So the whole point of the video will be about explaining how you can get that same kind of mindset and training routine in an actual way that a human could do it. Okay, so Batman's routine is a little ridiculous, but I modified it just a little bit so that it's actually pretty possible. It's pretty helpful for my training with jiu-jitsu and MMA, and overall just helpful to improve my conditioning. Speaking of jiu-jitsu, I think we have to go.
So we're heading to jiu-jitsu. Luckily we're not too far away, and I'm hoping that the camera is going to stay on the fucking tripod. I am terrified of this position.
Let's recap for a second. I will train jiu-jitsu 4 times a week. I will do conditioning 4 times a week, and I will do some kind of body weight exercising once a week. I follow everything that I do in a training schedule like this. I do this every week to make note physically of how much I'm exercising and if I'm hitting everything that I want to hit. So by doing this, I can also make sure that I am scheduling my recovery periods at the right time. I try to not overlap as much. There's a few days where I overlap so that I can have the longest recovery period possible.
This actually isn't a terrible setup for the camera. But yeah, I usually when I'm going to jiu-jitsu and if I'm going to anything like gym or like exercise related, I tend to just blast music just to get like blood flowing, get everything just like gassed up to get the adrenaline flowing. But other times I'll just literally just play like chill music to just like enjoy the drive. But yeah, jiu-jitsu wise, I do 2 no-gi and 2 gi classes because I prefer no-gi, but I think it's more important to still keep gi at least in some form of your training, because there's a lot of fundamentals that you can master during gi classes, especially because it tends to be the more beginner classes, which I still enjoy going to despite having done it for close to 2 years now. But it's still good to make sure that I'm focused on those fundamentals and mastering them rather than just continuing to learn different moves.
I've been fighting with thoughts and temptations. I'm not good at holding conversations. Baby with me, baby, please just be patient. Once you here, I don't want my bed vacant. Every night we've been fighting and fucking and loving. I don't know if I hate this shit or love it. Don't wanna keep going, but don't wanna cut it. In a predicament, but won't discuss it.
So I just got back from jiu-jitsu, and I thought this would be kind of a good time to talk about my fitness and what I do for my actual training aspect of the Project Midnight, or the idea of it. But I wanted to more so speak about like what mentally is the aspect that I focus on with training, in that I think it's super important that not only do you focus on your financial and business kind of focus and what you're doing work-wise, but if your body is not capable to keep up at a rate that you want to go at, because that is a issue that a lot of people face, that they physically don't have the ability to continue. They don't have the stamina. And so that's what I like to focus on, is just building stamina for strength, for any kind of like jiu-jitsu, MMA, Muay Thai, like stuff like that. Like I focus on the conditioning aspect of it rather than trying to lift a certain weight or hit a certain peak or for something, anything like that. Like the fact that I'm putting my body to pushing it to a point where it can keep going at that rate, so that I can also work-wise and everything else, I'm able to push my body mentally, physically at a certain pace, and I know that pace, and I can just keep going at that conditioned pace. And I like the idea of focusing on momentum. Momentum builds everything that you're doing, for not only just like work-wise with everything like that, like everything is momentum based. So if I'm able to keep a certain rate and keep a conditioning level to keep me going at that rate, then I think that that's what I should strive for. I should strive to continue to push myself to keep going at a good pace. I think I've got that point clear. I like the idea that Jocko Willink, he is a jiu-jitsu black belt and Navy SEAL, if people don't know him. His thinking is focusing on jiu-jitsu first as your ground base level for martial arts. Because in a fighting situation, you want to run away. No matter what, run away. And I have the discipline in myself that if I got in that situation, after training Muay Thai and training jiu-jitsu, I know what a fight is like, and it sucks. I'm not doing it. I'm not risking it. I'm not risking myself, risking anybody that I'm with. We're getting the fuck out of the situation. And most people already kind of know to not fuck with a fight, because it's not worth it. If your ego, don't fucking do it. Like, it's just ridiculous. But if the situation arises that I get in a fight, I feel confident that I have the skill and ability to be okay in a fight. And that's what I focus with for martial arts. Other than that, it's just continuing to condition my body. I think people completely underestimate the amount of cardio that you need for any form of martial arts. It is a different form of cardio.
It is possible to train like Batman, but only train like this if you have the ability to. My question is, will you be the 1%?